Lately, even hardcore fans are being given reasons not to support Nintendo any further, and today is no different. Tuesday, March 25th, will be a sad day for Nintendo, as that's when the company is discontinuing gold points for its My Nintendo loyalty program. The games industry as a whole has been moving away from physical media over the years in an attempt to maintain control over their products even after purchase, and Nintendo is no different. I also don't see the proximity of the Switch 2 Nintendo Direct presentation with the cancellation of this program as something to be excited about, but rather as a means of softening the blow and distracting their fan base with a shiny new toy. Hello fellow travelers and welcome to the Hard Light Network. Alrighty guys, if you're a fan of this channel and you clicked on this video, you already know that it's time for our regularly scheduled lampooning of Nintendo. One of these days I'll be able to get back to making videos extolling the virtues of Nintendo and their unique contributions to the gaming landscape. However, today they are continuing their unfortunate trend of anti-consumer practices. Lately, even hardcore fans are being given reasons not to support Nintendo any further, and today is no different. Of course, before we get into the video today, guys, do me a solid and hit that like button if you like this video, subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the content that I've got coming up for you guys in the future, and also take to the comment section down below with your thoughts on this latest Nintendo blunder. Also, if you want to support the channel further, there are super thanks and memberships options down below. Feel free to join the channel for access to exclusive content and perks that you can't get anywhere else. But without any further ado, let's get into today's article. Today's reading comes to us from Game Rant and is entitled, March 25th is going to be a sad day for Nintendo fans. Tuesday, March 25th will be a sad day for Nintendo, as that's when the company is discontinuing gold points for its My Nintendo loyalty program. For years now, one of the key benefits to Nintendo's loyalty program has been gold points, which allow users to get digital credits for their game purchases that can then be spent in the eShop. My Nintendo users would only get 5% of their digital game purchases and 1% of their physical game purchases back as gold points, but this eventually adds up and lets gamers get what are essentially free game purchases. As one might imagine, this program has been popular among the Nintendo faithful, which makes it sad that gold points are soon being phased out. It was announced last month that Nintendo is discontinuing gold points for My Nintendo loyalty program members, and now that date is nearly upon us. Gold points will be discontinued on March 25th at 12:30 a.m. Eastern Time. From that point forward, Nintendo gamers will no longer be able to earn gold points from their purchases. Existing gold points will still be usable in the store, though they expire after 1 year, so fans will need to keep that in mind. Nintendo still has not provided an explanation as to why it's getting rid of gold points, but it is happening at a rather important time for the company. The gold points are being discontinued just over a week before Nintendo hosts its big Switch 2 Nintendo Direct presentation. That event, scheduled to take place on April 2nd at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, is expected to reveal the new console's price, release date, and launch games. It seems Nintendo is looking to go into the next generation of consoles without gold points. Perhaps it doesn't feel as though the program encouraged more game purchases, or maybe it thinks that removing it will mean people will actually buy certain titles instead of getting them with their gold points. Regardless, the end of gold points for My Nintendo members is a bummer, and it certainly makes March 25th a sad day for fans of the company. The bright side is that the big Switch 2 announcements planned for the following week should make it an exciting one for Nintendo fans, as they will get their best look yet at the Switch 2 and the games that are in the pipeline for the next generation device. For me, this is a clear example of Nintendo's lack of concern for their customer base, especially their hardcore fans who signed up for the My Nintendo program. Personally, I've been wary of the Nintendo Gold Points program for a long time. On the surface, it seems like a way of rewarding customer loyalty, a way for Nintendo to give back to their hardcore fans. However, I see the program as more of an incentive to purchase digital copies and push people away from physical copies. The games industry as a whole has been moving away from physical media over the years in an attempt to maintain control over their products even after purchase, and Nintendo is no different. When you consider the 5% return on reward points for digital purchases compared compared to the 1% of return on reward points for physical purchases, combined with Nintendo's discontinuing of refunds for digital copies, their intentions seem clear. I also don't see the proximity of the Switch 2 Nintendo Direct presentation with the cancellation of this program as something to be excited about, but rather as a means of softening the blow and distracting their fan base with a shiny new toy. It's like they're saying, yeah, there's no more gold points and they'll be useless after a year, but look, here's something else you can spend money on. Why be upset about redeeming points for dusty old Switch games when we've got the new Mario Kart? I don't know, maybe it's my bias or maybe I'm being overly suspicious, but this reads to me as more condescending and manipulative rather than something to actually be hopeful about. Also, when you consider the lack of an official statement or reason for the cancellation up to this point, and I doubt there will be one moving forward, it doesn't bode well for My Nintendo's reward members. While some fans are hopeful that this simply means they're going to be instituting some sort of new rewards program specifically tailored to the Switch 2, I'm doubtful. And just as many, if not more, fans of the service are not as hopeful and contribute this to Nintendo's growing greed. Of course, while there's always going to be a handful of people defending Nintendo's practices saying, well, you aren't actually entitled to a free game, I don't think Nintendo fans are wrong to be upset about this change to the program, especially when you consider the fact that both PlayStation and Microsoft both have paid programs that allow access to free games monthly. At this point, the only thing keeping Nintendo in competition with these companies are their proprietary systems and titles. If you were legally allowed to purchase games like Mario or Pokemon on non-Nintendo consoles or even PCs, it would seriously threaten their business model. And that attitude goes a long way at explaining their hyper-litigious behavior towards any form of competition, be it emulators, games like Pal World, or even fan-made projects. If anyone so much as breathes in the direction of one of Nintendo's proprietary IPs, they're out for blood. And while I don't think that the stability of their business model is up for question, considering that the company is nearly 150 years old at this point, it does call into question what damage to the legacy of their original titles that they're doing with behavior like this. Gamers will put up with a lot of abuse to continue playing titles that they enjoy. However, I don't think that it's very long now before Nintendo fans start to jump ship considering the treatment that Nintendo has put them through as of late. At some point or another, nostalgia and exclusive access to the latest Zelda title is not going to be enough to justify continuing to patronize this company. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much to everybody who has watched up to this point. Make sure you hit that like button if you like this video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the content that I've got coming up for you guys in the future. Also, feel free to take to the comment section down below with your thoughts on this latest Nintendo issue. We talk about Nintendo quite a lot on this channel, but it's not for shortage of other topics to discuss. Nintendo is a massive part of the gaming landscape, and their legacy is foundational to the histories of many gamers the world over. Nearly anything and everything they do either has wide-reaching effects on the gaming landscape as a whole, or is indicative of a greater problem within the industry. However, regardless of how things end up shaking out for Nintendo specifically, there are always going to be things to discuss on this channel. So as always, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like, and until next time, love you guys, safe travels.